So the new Crimson Isle update for Hypixel Skyblock just came out, and with this update came tons of new and big things. Talismans got reworked, we got a new Slayer, new enemies, new collections, new island, and most importantly, 5 new mini-bosses in the Crimson Isle. These mini-bosses all have their own special abilities and loot. So, let's get started. I'm going to explain each boss in this way. I'm going to show their location, their abilities, gameplay of the boss, strats, and how to beat the boss, and the loot that you can get. I'm also going to rank each boss right here, based on how easy they are and how long the boss fight is. First up is something to do with the loot of all these mini-bosses. All of these mini-bosses have a chance to drop Kudra keys, which is a whole separate boss fight that will have to explain in a different video. Also, each boss has their own special crafting material that drops from them. These can be used to craft somewhat powerful and useful things, and these things that you can craft with their special crafting material can also be dropped from the boss, but it is quite rare. For example, Mage Outlaw drops Spell Powder when killed, and Spell Powder can craft a Strength Wand. I got lucky, and when I killed the boss, it dropped the Strength Wand. Each boss respawns after a few minutes, and they can be pretty easy and worth to grind. Let's get started. Speaking of Mage Outlaw, first up we have him, and he's by far the easiest mini-boss, only if you know what to do against his abilities. He's located in the courtyard right by Scarleton, the home of the mages. He has a few abilities. His first being his shield, which will kill you if you hit him while he is in it. His second ability is his nuke, you could say. If you go inside this giant red sphere, you die. His third ability is a lightning strike ability, which will deal a great sum of damage to you if you don't dodge it. His fourth ability is his zap tower, which will zap everyone by him. That simple. His last ability is when he spawns these wither skulls around him. These wither skulls merge into a stronger skull, and will slowly tick away at your health if left alive. The strat here is pretty simple. Don't attack him while he has a blue shield around him, and run away from his nuke and lightning attack. When you start to see him float up, immediately run back and dodge whatever he does. And when he goes back down, he is free to be hurt. He doesn't really move, making it so he can easily be hurt in large chunks of damage in a small period of time. Hence why he is the easiest. He drops glowstone and a special crafting material called Spell Powder. Next up we have Bladesoul, who can also be pretty easy if you know when to dodge his ability and what to do. He's located to the right of spawn. He has a few abilities. His first ability is when he just launches a wither skull at you. I believe this can't be dodged, and it does a good chunk of your health, but not too much. His second ability is his Blaze Storm, I guess you could say. Before launching this attack, he makes a sound, and then he launches a circle of wither skulls around him, insta-killing if they touch you. This can easily be dealt with by jumping over it or TPing above it. His last ability is when he spawns some guards. These guards give him an extra 12.5 million health while they are alive, and can be quite annoying, so get rid of them when they spawn. Necromancy is very good for this boss, and also the next boss after this, as Bladesoul will target the summoned mobs, but for some strange reason won't deal damage to it. This is very good for not having him trying to hurt you, and can lead to an easy kill. He drops coal and a special crafting material called Hollowed Skull. Thirdly, we have Barbarian Duke X, who is more on the hard side of things. He can be very powerful if you are alone and suck, and should be killed with a team if possible, but not necessary. He's located by Dragonfang in this random tower. He has only 2 abilities, yet he is very strong. His first ability is his Flaming Fist, which he throws a literal flaming fist at you, dealing a good chunk of health. His second ability is his Leap, which he leaps at the purple ring that you can see spawn on the ground, paralyzing anyone inside and doing a crap ton of damage. His regular attack also does a lot of damage too. Just like Bladesoul, Necromancy can be very good as he will target the summoned mobs. But unlike with Bladesoul, he actually does damage to them. I saw a group of people using Phantom Rods to be able to hurt him from a safe distance, which does indeed work, and I tried it out. You can also use bows, but since he moves pretty quickly, it can be hard to hit him. He drops pork chops and a special crafting material called leather cloth. Ashfang is a pretty hard mini-boss and pretty much requires a team to do. He's located at the far end of the map. When you begin this boss fight, 3 different types of blazes will spawn. The blazes with the blue name tag can only be hurt by melee attacks, and the blazes with the red name tab can only be hurt by range attacks, like bows and abilities. And the ones with a gray name tab can only be hurt by capturing them in these vortex pools that randomly spawn. But don't get too close to these things as they will kill you. When you kill one of these blazes, they will drop a blazing eye, which you have to line up with Ashfang himself and launch it at him, dealing 2 million damage. After about a 2-minute cycle, all unkilled blazes will heal him and Ashfang will spawn a new wave of the same blazes. The strat here is to try and focus on the one type of blaze that you can deal lots of damage to. Like if you are Archer, go for ones that can be killed by range, while your teammates focus on the other types. You should also focus on leaving as little blazes as possible alive before Ashfang sucks them up and heals from them. This boss fight can be pretty long, but don't get too unmotivated. This boss drops blaze rods and a special crafting material called Lumino Fiber. The Magma Boss has changed a lot since we last saw her, and her boss fight is also a lot harder and longer than before. She's located at the heart of the volcano, and you can enter here in a few different ways, but the easiest is just going down this hole. She has a lot of abilities to go through. Her first ability is her jumping ability, where she jumps from a random spot to another, causing a wave of blocks to be thrown. Her second ability is her fireball throwing ability, at which she just randomly throws regular fireballs at you, dealing some damage. Her third is her lava pool ability, at which she spawns random pools of fire on the ground, which can do a good amount of damage. Her fourth ability is a big one, and is when her damage bar goes to max. She splits into many different magma cubes, of which you then have to kill. After killing all these, you deal 20% damage to her. After doing this 5 times until she gets to 100%, she will try and flee, which just means she'll randomly bounce around and make herself a hard target to hit. The more damage she takes while in this form, the smaller she gets, until she dies. The Magma Cube boss is by far the longest one to complete and will require multiple people to do. She drops magma cream and a special crafting material called Rekindled Ember Fragment. Whew, that was a lot of information to go through. If you have any other strategies, facts, or things that I didn't say in this video, make sure to comment it down below. I'm glad the Crimson Isles came and that all of this new content is here. I will try and start uploading some more Skyblock content and tutorials on this channel. If you like this tutorial, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you think about this new update and all these new cool things they added. But that is all. Goodbye.